Hey guys, how are you this evening? I did a faux pas. Faux pas. I meant to bring the iPad in. I didn't. It is what it is. We're going to grab it and I'll be joining you shortly. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Saturday. Today is, what is today? Goodness gracious. The 13th of June. Once again, I forgot what month it was the other day. Seems to be happening a lot to me lately. I'm a little worried.
How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having a good night.
Ooh, that's yummy.
So I learned something today while I was watching all my things. It's like you want to be about this close to the mic. I don't know.
Like,
like
hang
loose.
10, hang
loose.
5, hang 10. What is it? Hang 10, right?
Hang loose, hang 10.
Can I still say sweaty ball?
You can say whatever you want. Is this mine? I think I grabbed mine.
Nope, it's mine.
Yours. That's okay. So hope you guys are all having a good night.
So we're still trying to figure out the 2-camera thing.
Yeah.
We were hoping to have it by today. No, because it's a little bit more difficult than
Greg originally thought.
Gregory's learning a lot.
Yeah. It's all good, though. So we are on The Bar is Open with Beth and Greg's Facebook page. So we need to actually, where's your phone at? Is that out there too?
Of course it is.
Awesome. Can you share that? I'll be right back.
Of course I can.
Share that.
Listen, I was busy tonight.
Yeah, reading books.
No, but also brushing my hair for the first time in like 3 months. Oh. Yeah, so I decided to do a little something tonight. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it. Now that I see it on camera, I'm like, yo, what's up with the hooker lips? Just saying. Little much, probably. But it is what it is. So hopefully you guys will eventually find us and begin to join us, because right now it's just us.
That's right. Let me make sure it's on the public.
Yeah.
Looks like Keith's found us.
Oh, good. Somebody's found us.
So there's a few people. It'll take a little bit of time to
I thought you were
get
grabbing
us.
my phone. Oh, you grabbed the other iPad?
Yeah, I just grabbed the other
All right.
iPad. It'll take us a little bit to get this one up and going, but we'll get it there. Thanks again for joining. We're just going to give it a few minutes and just kind of shoot the shit. Do that. So just share it to your Facebook page. What's the hard part? What's hard?
Finding me?
Share.
Jeez,
Share now.
please.
Just share it. Get out of that. And hit share.
I'm so glad you're smarter than me sometimes. Not often, but sometimes.
And now you can go back in and you can look at it. Yay.
Oh, Keena's here. Hi, Keena.
Thanks again, guys, for hanging out.
Joining
We got
us.
some fun shit.
I was talking about,
dead.
really? No, you totally missed it and did nothing but a lot of noise.
Sorry.
I was laughing because I was talking about how I actually brushed my hair and put on a little makeup, and now I was looking in the camera. I was like, it kind of looks like I'm a hooker because I'm so not used to looking with makeup on.
Really?
Yeah, look at my red lips. Well, you can't. I got to look up, I guess,
There you go.
apparently.
No, there's a delay, so it's all good.
I know, but
So we got
strange.
Tina's on, like you said. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining in. So again, we're on the Bars Open
Actual page.
Facebook page right now, so we're gonna try and get this
Fandangled.
going.
I know.
And going
We're getting
fast.
so fancy.
Versus it being on my page specifically, which I think it kind of.
And we figured out the camera, so nobody should have to watch us sideways today.
Oh,
sorry
listen.
about that. I did that earlier. Yeah, you made a mess.
Got it on my face. It's all good.
Cheers.
Hey, cheers.
Happy
Cheers,
Saturday, guys.
Hope you guys are doing well.
So again, June 13th, I'm Beth Lamontagne.
Carlos, what's up, dude?
And you're who?
Who am I? I'm Greg Lamontagne.
Thank you, sir.
This is Beth Lamontagne. This is
I already
Bars Open.
said who I was.
Brenna's on. She found us on the page. Nice.
Brenna.
So we shared it. Like I said, we shared it to our personal ones also, just to make sure that we get everybody kind of transitioned over.
So I had a couple glasses of wine tonight before we got started, so I'm feeling.
You fucking
What
great.
is the saying
Tipsy?
that? No, the saying that you learned in college. Communication is the lubrication.
For social discourse?
Is that what it was? Discourse?
It was Hugh Downs came
Hugh
into
Downs.
my class one time.
That's how I'm feeling tonight.
And he actually dropped the communication is the lubrication for social discourse.
Apparently, the lubrication is the wine.
Coming out of a
Get some wines in you. You'll feel great.
how old was that? That was 20 years ago. I think he was still like 104 at that
I
point.
don't think so.
He looked like it. It could have been. But yeah, that was pretty great. So how you doing, Brenna? Thanks for joining in.
Hey, Brenna, we're going to bring something up later that I think you're going to really like because it's right up our alley. I'll share in a bit.
Yeah,
we'll
it's
share.
going to be
kind of cool.
one of the cool new.
So, topic of today, aptly named for the episode itself, Saturday Shenanigans.
Yep.
We just had a normal freaking Saturday.
Saturday.
I mean, it was
We actually
awesome.
went out to lunch.
Went to
we
Best
were out
Buy.
running around. Best Buy was a little fucked up.
Best Buy is Best Buy. I mean, come on, let's face it. There's a reason why most of them are closing because they're idiots. But the store was, I'm saying the leadership of Best Buy, not the people that work there. So you had to make an appointment. However, when I looked in the store, there wasn't a single person in the store. Like, as I glanced, we were paying, I glanced the whole store and I was like, I don't see a head in there. I don't understand why you're sending people away. Apparently, you don't need to make money today.
Evidently not. Yeah, but there was like this that old dude that came up and he was like, I don't know what he was buying or whatever. But she's like,
well, we got lucky. The girl that helped us was like, I'm not going to make you an appointment. Tell me what you need. If I can grab it, I'm just going to grab it.
Friggin' thing.
If I can grab it, I'm just going to grab it for you. But I don't know. He could have been asking for a refrigerator or a washer, but I doubt it. But he was like, I just need, and she was like, well, you're going to have to go online and make an appointment.
Older. Right. And I'm talking like older, like
70s.
70s. Yeah. And she's like, you need to go to the bestbuy.com app.
And then you need to go find your store. And he was looking at her like, are you flipping kidding me? I'm just going to go somewhere. I'm going to go to Cons.
Right.
That's what I would
Cons,
have said.
if you aren't familiar, that's a
San Antonio thing or a Texas thing. Yeah. I'm not sure. But we have an electronics store right by us.
Like, but you know, and some people, I mean, for us, it worked out all right. It wasn't that bad.
You have to return it. That'll be interesting.
I'm just going to walk up and be like,
this didn't work. I grabbed the wrong thing again.
No, it happens. Shit. I don't know. Again, hope you guys are having a great Saturday. We just had a chill day. We went we
went to Best Buy. We went to 54th Street Cafe.
Yeah, and it's still
sat
spaced.
down.
It's like
it's perfectly spaced. And when we left, it started getting busy. I feel like right now lunch is probably easier to go out and grab than dinner at this point. Now in San Antonio, I don't know if it's all of Texas, but I can only speak for San Antonio. Restaurants and stores could now go up to 75% capacity.
Right.
So they're at 75%, which means they're allowing more people to come in. When we left, the restaurant was getting a little busier.
Right.
But still not super busy. So it was just exciting to. We've been out to eat once when we were out of town, and today we were like, screw it, we're doing it. You know me. Right now, my whole attitude is fuck Corona. I don't even care anymore.
I know.
I don't. I'm over it. We don't have to wear masks anymore, which was like my huge complaint. It's optional. But I'm so over, like, I don't know. People can yell at me if they want to yell at me, but I mean, here's my thing. So we have to wear masks because there's not a vaccination, right? And we want to try to do the social distancing and keep everyone healthy. Does that mean people who don't get the flu shot are going to have to start wearing masks if they don't get the flu shot? Because you're more likely to get the flu than you are COVID.
I don't know the answer to that.
I don't either. It'll be interesting because how are you going to force me to wear it for this, but not if I decide I did not,
Texas,
if I don't want to get the flu?
But it just depends.
Feisty tonight.
You are fucking
feisty.
Feisty Saturday. Feisty Saturday shenanigans.
I'm like fired the fuck up. To quote.
She's been having a hard time
Clark
talking to
Peel all day without alcohol even. Fired up. I can't even do it like he does, but I refuse to do it like he does.
Oh, so on the banter time. Beth's all fired up.
I am.
Good. I hope you guys are having a good night.
Greg and I had a lot of great conversations today. I think you like it when I'm feisty because I'm very I like to debate shit.
You can go back and forth
and talk.
She's not just reading. Just
kidding. There's nothing wrong with me reading.
It's all good.
Giving you the middle finger in my mind right now.
Oh, you can do it on camera. It's fine. Yeah, you don't have to do it.
It's not the pretty one. It's the ugly one.
Straight up Facebook middle finger one.
Facebook middle, no. Emoticon middle finger one.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Emoticon. Yeah. So first one up is summer camps. I was thinking about this. We talked about this quickly, I think, last
Wednesday a little bit. We just talked about summer camp being back up. Because I made the comment that some are doing it virtually. I'm like, that's right. I don't understand
But it made me think of this time I went to, I think it was in New Hampshire, we do a thing, it's called like winter camp, which is a little different than some, obviously it's the fucking opposite season. But we do that.
You do winter camp?
Winter camp. So you go up in like the winter
Hell for
time.
it's cold.
Like you're
there.
trudging through the snow.
No,
you go out
no,
and your
no.
eyes get adjusted, and they teach
There's
you how
a
to.
reason why I don't go to
It's
New Hampshire when it's cold.
Hampshire, man.
I mean, I guess winter camp could be any month out of the 9 months it's cold there.
Yeah, pretty much. But I remembered, and it brought back a funny dumbass.
I've heard this
Greg's
story before.
time. And so we had bunk beds, and it's just like any room, right? And but there were only so many bunks taken, right? So we all stole all the other mats and put them up, and mine ended up being like a big mat, a little bit smaller mat, and a little bit smaller mat, right? So they're all like big
So you had
enough.
different size beds?
No, well, I don't know if it was different size beds.
Sometimes
or,
I wonder about your memory, honey.
No, this is why. I'll tell you here in a
Okay.
second. But it was funny as shit because I was in a sleeping bag. I'm on the top bunk, and I was fine with that because growing up, I had bunk beds. I mean, Joe had
We all
bunk
had
beds.
them.
Okay. Well,
Most of
everybody
us had them.
But Joe and I had bunk beds. And so I'm in my sleeping bag. I don't know. It was light out, but it was still morning.
Still had to be in bed?
Early as shit.
Wait, so it was in the morning. So it's like
Yeah.
6:30, 7 o'clock?
Something like that.
Okay.
And I remember that I rolled over and I couldn't put my fucking hands out because I was in my sleeping bag, and I fell off the fucking top bunk bed, and I literally landed like on my head and my shoulder.
Do you know how much this explains?
5 or 6
Do you know how much this
feet
explains
off
to
the ground?
everything in your life
Dude, I
about you
ate
sometimes?
Shit. It sucked. And then I proceeded to
That
just...
answers all of our
so
questions
everybody,
about
like,
what's wrong with Greg.
3 or 4 people were there, and they just fucking
Looked
laughed.
at you
And then I was like, fuck it, I'm going back to sleep. And I went back to sleep.
on the floor?
I didn't even get up. I was like, nope, not getting up.
That also fits you very well.
Dude, it was terrible. Yeah, it makes sense. So, but just beware. Make sure your kids don't do dumb shit.
You know what, though? Bunk beds in the 21st century actually have little
What's up,
grates.
TJ?
Have grates so that people can't roll off them. We
Oh,
did
you
not
mean
have that.
guard
Yeah, we
rails?
didn't have that when we were kids. Because I also had a bunk bed, although I had no
I don't
siblings.
know. It
I
was
had a bunk
hilarious.
bed and I
Hey,
slept
Lita.
on the top bunk. We didn't have
Shane, what's up?
guards, but now they have guards on those bunk beds because people got smart.
I
No,
think
they
you need
do.
to be like, if you're
They
like
have guards on
12
those
or
bunk
older,
beds.
you just shouldn't fall out of bed anymore, I guess. I don't know.
How old do you think you were? 15?
13? I don't know. It
You're
was funny.
pretty.
But anyway, I wanted to
love
share
you.
that one because that was a dumbass thing. I'm sure some of my friends from way back when
I just
remember
snorted. Sorry.
just like falling off on your head. So the other thing that Beth posted out just a little while ago.
I don't know if you guys saw it, so I put a pool alternative. So as you guys know, I'm dying for pool. I miss my Phoenix pool. However, it's really expensive in San Antonio to get a pool because the ground is limestone. So you actually have to blast here to get a pool for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you talk to one party, it's only like $30,000. If you talk to another party, it's like they paid $80,000. I guess it just depends on pool,
or the
depth,
location, yeah.
land, contractor, all that stuff. So I was watching.
Access to your backyard.
Yeah. Like, do I have to use a crane? Like we would
Yeah.
totally have to. But I came across. It is affectionately called hillbilly pools.
Yep. Hillbilly pools, if you didn't hear that.
Hillbilly pools. That should be a pool name. That could be like
I'm
total
sure
company.
if you Googled hillbilly pools,
But
it would be there. Hey,
so
Jason.
what it is, it's watering troughs that farmers use for their livestock.
Yeah.
And you can buy
Like the
medium,
12-foot
small,
diameter.
medium, large. We're gonna buy a big ass one, dude. I
So
don't
evidently
care.
we're doing this.
We're doing this. But I was looking, and so I was like, if this is a real thing, it's gonna be on Pinterest. OMG. Like all over Pinterest. Like how to decorate it, how to design it, how to build around it, how to keep it from doing these 5 worst problems. I was like,
It's awesome.
Mountains
So we're going to have a hillbilly pool come.
are gonna have a
buddy.
hillbilly pool. You're the right color. I'm not the right color for a hillbilly pool.
What's that mean? I'm not burned. I don't wear
You're white.
overalls. Hey, it's not fair.
Well, okay, maybe it's not fair. And that might be a little in this day
Really?
in this
Come on,
I'm
man.
just saying, how many hillbillies have you met that aren't white?
Like none. But I'm just saying. I'm not a hillbilly. Think I'm a hillbilly?
No, I don't think you're a hillbilly. I don't think either one of us are.
Going
But
sideways on us here.
I'm
Jeez.
sorry if that was inappropriate.
No, it's fucking whatever, dude. Brenda said we
Somebody-
used to swim in a watering troughs in southeastern Colorado way
See,
back in the day.
they know.
And Jason said my wife wants one. Blah. I don't know,
yeah,
but I do know. So we were starting to talk about it, and I'm like, it's actually really feasible.
Like, I started looking at all these things because
Like, you
the
can
top
get
5 problems were like
chlorine,
slime, rust, and I was like, and as you read through them, they were giving you like
Tips and
ways
tricks
to avoid
and-
that. So
yeah.
you basically have to treat it like a pool. Like you've got to get chlorine.
Yeah, you get
You
tabs.
can't put them
we had
tabs
a
in. They have to be in a
pool
floater because otherwise they'll rust the metal.
and- Yeah, I jumped off the trestles, TJ, yeah.
You also
absolutely.
have to. What was the stuff? That's the spray on stuff that we always see the stupid.
Oh, shit, you named it earlier.
Yeah.
Flex Seal.
Flex Seal. You can Flex Seal them so they won't rust.
Or leak.
Or
basically.
leak, but you also can get like one of the ones I looked at, and it was one of the pictures I put. They literally have a fountain, so that's their aeration.
That's how it aerates it.
Yeah,
because you need some sort of
so you don't get mosquitoes. But then they also had lids on, like some of them had
a filter on it. There's gotta
some
be
of them had like hot tub lids, so that when you weren't using it wasn't covered. Which we need to figure that out because Mick will be in it every minute of his life. He can't, so we're gonna have to figure out.
We have a little dog.
We have a pad that we put out in the back. It's what 5x5.
Yeah, it's something like that. We could probably put a decent
That
size
is supposed to be the fire pit pad. I'm like, maybe in the summertime it's the pool pad, and in the wintertime it's the fire pit pad, and we can move the
Laura.
chairs from Adirondack chairs to.
chairs.
I'm gonna lay out in the sun and get a tan. I don't know.
That's what you
totally
want to do?
like.
We'll do a hillbilly pool and we'll post.
We're
that
gonna
shit.
get the biggest motherfucker we can get too. I'm not even playing.
We have
like,
a tractor supply right across the street from our house.
Didn't I say I was like?
We are
tractor
in
supply?
the country because I'd never heard of that before.
You've never heard of that? They've got to be more than in just
I don't
Texas.
know. I know they are, but I'd never heard of
I
one.
guess in Phoenix we didn't have one.
Yeah, it was Harbor Freight or something.
If they
like
did,
that.
they were probably like further out in Mesa or something.
I don't know.
Where it's a little
I'd never
bit
heard
more,
of it, so it was kind of one of those things. I was
interesting.
when
I grew up with them.
When you grew up, or when you lived next to a tractor or a tractor, what is it called?
Tractor supply?
Sorry, I just like glitched. I had the Matrix happen in my brain. I'm like tractor
red
supply.
pill, blue
yeah.
pill, or red pill. Was it blue or green? Red pill,
Red
green
and
pill.
blue. Yeah, you know you're in the sticks. But then again, I was talking to the guy at the gas station, and he said that what is our high school here called? O'Connor High School is basically the only ag high school in most of San Antonio, except for the south side.
I don't
of San
know.
Antonio.
Where I went to high school, used to have a big ag
I think
program.
they changed
Well,
or something, but he said that
maybe.
so that just tells you like
Nothing stays
they
the
still
same,
get days
but-
off to go to the rodeo.
No, yeah, they get days off. They also
Which
get
is
half
amazing.
days. They also get half days certain days so that they can go take care of their
livestock and so it's fucking cool as shit. It's just kind of different way of living. and
You
it's
grew up
awesome.
in New Hampshire, honey.
I'm sure they do some of that shit.
Now
out
they
there.
do, probably.
Because you have to snowmobile to school. No, I'm just kidding. You know.
People used to ride horses to school when I was in high school.
I guess
Because
if you
it
lived in
didn't used to
certain
be as
parts, maybe.
populated. Like,
Maybe,
you
I don't
could
know.
ride your horse to school, and they had a place where you could
Ride
put
a
it.
cowboy. Wait a minute. Is that a song?
That is a song.
Anyway.
I don't know that.
TJ, 3 of them. What? Chandler. Oh, you have 3 of them out there?
Oh,
Nice.
you do? All right.
Awesome. What's up, Joe? Hey, my brother's on here. He doesn't go on Facebook very often.
What?
I feel so blessed. So nice. He's going to jump off now because I embarrassed him. Fucker. It's all right. All right.
I won't believe it.
So
till I
what
see it
else is
later.
up? So we've got Looney Tunes has
Oh,
officially
good
gone
gravy.
to a gun-free zone.
This is one of our debates that we had earlier
Yeah,
today.
we were talking about that. I'm like, I grew up with Elmer Fudd having a shotgun.
Because he was a
he's
hunter.
And Yosemite Sam, man.
What did I called him
The
El
6 shooters.
Yosemite Sam earlier. The Hispanic
Yosemite
became.
Sam.
I was like Yosemite Sam.
And it kind of comes down to one of those things. It's like, yeah, I know we're changing times and we're doing these things. And for me, it's like, hey, he's a hunter. Are you?
Yeah.
You know, and I
mean,
think
how's
about
he supposed to hunt without a shotgun now? How's he supposed to hunt the?
Well, there's been
hunt
jokes
the,
like he's
hunt
going
the
to carry
wabbit.
one of those big scythes. Like,
How's he going to
like
hunt the wabbit?
Like
The Wascally wabbit.
well, the wabbit's not going to have to worry about him. They're just going to become
now
best
they're going to be
friends.
500 of them
Or
if
they're
he
just
doesn't
gonna be
hunt the
best friends.
rabbit.
Yeah,
Because
just be best friends.
and then
There's no more. It's gone.
Yosemite Sam was a minor cowboy, and he had his 6-shooter.
Well,
Didn't he have 2 6-shooters?
Yeah, 6 shooters. Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I guess.
So what do you guys think about that shit? I guess that's really what I want to put out there. It's
I guess
like,
it also depends on your view of guns. Like
Yeah. I'm absolutely pro Second Amendment.
I'm
Absolutely, 100%.
totally.
And it's
100%.
You
But
know, it's
there
not
are people who
about-
don't believe in that. So I wonder how they feel. Like, especially because most people who are our age grew up with that. And even if they're not pro Second Amendment.
I didn't grow up with firearms.
No,
I didn't
the
grow up with
cartoons.
cartoon. Oh, absolutely.
Cartoons,
The
yeah.
cartoon didn't mean it was just.
I didn't even
a
pay
cartoon.
attention to the gun.
No, until
I
somebody
paid
else
attention to the
starts
chase.
bringing up the fact that it's politicizing something, and it's like, no.
I'm a kid. I don't give a rat's ass about that shit.
So that brings me to fucking Paw Patrol.
Oh, this one fired me up.
So,
I was like, what?
Just so you guys know, and I'm not going to get too worked up about it, but a little bit. Yeah, and Joe said PC police versus the actual fucking police, right? And Paw Patrol, it's a kid's cartoon. It's like a favorite kid cartoon out there from what I've read and I've seen and everything, right? And Chase the police dog. I've got a couple of...
Which is kind of cute because the name is Chase because he's a police and he's going to chase you.
But I've also got Dave Hersey, who's watched this. Right. He's a canine cop. My stepsister's husband
is a canine cop.
Was a canine cop.
Or was.
Right. So it's...
Did he retire?
Yeah, he actually retired.
Holy shit, we're not old enough for people to retire yet.
After 20 years, now he's working for Sig Arms out in Exeter.
That's awesome.
And
I love him even more now.
Yeah, but it comes down to the fact that it's like, hey, what the fuck, what are you doing, right? And I'm not trying to polarize anybody, but it's a cartoon. And when people go after cartoons,
so here's the only thing I can think that they're worried that they're ingraining that guns are part of a regular daily basis. If there's a character that's carrying a shotgun, 6-shooters,
for the
or
Looney
being
Tunes.
right, but then at the same time, you
now.
Want your kids to grow up understanding and appreciating law enforcement, and law enforcement must carry
her brother,
firearms.
If you aren't aware, Beth's brother.
Well, everybody in my family is law enforcement.
In the Leon Police Department.
He's the active one right now.
Yeah.
But
active duty.
I guess maybe there's two thoughts, right? So you don't want your kids to associate. I don't think they should get rid of them because the minute you eliminate law enforcement from an area, you're just asking for trouble. And so what you're teaching your kids,
check out what's happening in Seattle right now.
That your kids they're not going to associate goodness with law enforcement. But
so you can't. So we talked about this, and I don't want to go down.
We're not going. We decided it was a little too fiery for us to talk about. But
you can't demonize everybody.
No, you can't.
We're all going to need EMS and fire department and police services and medical doctors who, by statistically speaking, are the third medical malpractice. Statistically speaking, is the third cause it's the third highest cause of death in the United States, behind heart disease and cancer. It's between 250,000 and 440,000 people die every year because of medical malpractice. Would you demonize a doctor, or would you not go see a doctor?
Well, some people don't go see a doctor.
And that's fair.
But it's different. It's not because they're demonized.
But same situation.
You're putting a shadow over something that's very necessary.
It's not realistic, right? We still have to have doctors. We have to have those people that take care of us, and it's not intentional. And
no,
some of these things are intentional. Don't get me wrong. I'm not getting to that. But what I am saying is, don't demonize everybody, right? And this may go.
Joe has a great point too. He goes, "It's just the gun, not the violence." So they're still going to figure out a way to kill the rabbit. Kill the rabbit.
He'll hit him with a stick.
Yeah.
They'll do something. There's going to be something. You'll have holes or whatever, right? So anyway.
I don't know. So we could go on forever because we by ourselves went on for we had a 30-minute ride probably from our house to Best Buy, and that's all we talked about was Looney Tunes in Seattle and how Greg was like, I'm your filter, and I'm going to bring this up to you, and it's going to get you off on a whole other tangent. So here it goes.
Again. Yeah, Beth doesn't watch the news a lot. And that's fine. That's a healthy thing. I think a lot of us need to kind of step back from it. But I do try and keep up to date on it. Hey Dee, what's going on? Hey, Thomas, how you doing? But I think everybody needs to just kind of think rationally on some of these things and just try and, I don't know, whatever the fuck you want to think.
Sometimes I worry that we go so one way or the other that then we have to recover and go the other route versus just being smart and not overreacting and figuring out what's a good middle. And I don't think as a nation, we know how to do that yet.
Right. We're getting there.
It's on several topics.
Shit, who knows?
I love this one.
So, if you guys didn't hear, didn't see yesterday.
Get it?
It was called Loving Day. And yesterday is 6/12/20, right? So I'm going to give you a little background on this. And I just did kind of some cursory research, I guess, is really what it was. So Loving Day, basically what it was a landmark case for interracial marriages. And in 1960s, Virginia law, there was a lot of states that actually had this. It wasn't just Virginia, but in Virginia,
this one was specific to Virginia,
right? There was a law banning interracial marriages, and
which we weren't allowed to be married.
Theoretically, exactly, right?
Kind of crazy,
white,
right?
Hispanic, white, black, Hispanic,
Asian, white,
right?
Asian, black, yeah. Asian, Indian, whatever.
And this is important, especially for Beth and I. We have a lot of friends that are in interracial relationships, and that's absolutely amazing. Yeah. So Mildred and Richard Loving, obviously Loving Day, went to D.C. to get married, and then they returned to Virginia.
Now, he was African-American, and she was, so it was the other way around.
Yeah, he was white, and she was African-American.
Okay.
And then, so they went to D.C. to get married because they couldn't get married in Virginia, right? And this is a really cool, it's a hard story, but
sad,
it's
but had a great ending.
Yeah, but it took a lot.
Right.
Right. So when they returned to Virginia, right, they were told that they could either go to jail or they could leave the state of Virginia for 25 years. Think about that. 25 years.
I mean, and that somebody can
this is in
implement and make that
say it was like in 1960.
So
that would have mandated that they had to leave until 1985.
Yeah.
Right? That's fucking insane to me. Think about that if that was like...
No, I mean, I stutter because like when you were telling me that at the restaurant when we were talking about it, I was like, that just, it hurts my head sometimes to wrap my mind around it because I'm like, well, we're not far enough. By any means,
we've made some distance.
We've made some
so let me
progress,
get to the rest of
but
it. But
it's still, it's like fucking
so
fucked up.
they went to, I can't remember who the president was. I didn't write that down.
19.
But he pushed them to the ACLU, and they pushed it to the Virginia Supreme Court. It ended up going to the U.S. Supreme Court, and in 1967, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that bans on interracial marriages are unconstitutional. Right. So that's really, really important for a whole shit ton of us.
People, yeah.
Right? Like your brother and CJ.
Yeah, no.
Right? And
my other brother and
and Ben. And
apparently the Castros like
white guys.
And girls.
People. Girls. I don't know. That's just coincidental.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know, because my sister-in-law is blonde-haired, blue-eyed. My other sister-in-law is brunette and blue-eyed.
Right, yeah.
It's like...
So anyway, it's just really interesting to think about that was, what did I say? It was 53 years ago or something like that.
That was yesterday. It was like yesterday was Loving Day.
Yeah, yesterday was Loving Day, and it was 53 years ago. So just kind of...
It still blows my mind.
Keep going on.
I don't know. There's things that we should monitor, and there's things
I'd never
that
heard
we
of it.
should
I don't
monitor.
know why.
And I just don't know who you'd fall in love with should be monitored.
Right, and I don't know if just what's going on today brought that
I'm sure that may be some of it.
Facebook or to the internet where I saw it or wherever.
And that may be some of it, but it's still great. It's great to know that story.
You need to know your history. You need to know the history that's...
I mean, I'm not a historian by any means. I know some history, a lot of history. I'm like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I don't claim to be like a huge, but I love this. This one made my heart warm.
Cheers to Loving Day.
Cheers.
Hope you guys are having a great day. It's Saturday.
Sorry, some of this turned out way more controversial and some of it's just because I can't keep my mouth shut and I say the wrong thing often.
There's nothing wrong with talking. That's why we're here. The idea is that this should be a forum for people to talk in, right? And you know, if you disagree with us, cool. Disagree.
I know, and you know what? That's why we're friends, because we should help each other understand.
Yeah, and Beth and I oftentimes we don't agree. There's a lot of times Beth and I don't agree.
Well, we agree more now than we used to when we were first married. Well, you were stupid when we first got married.
Well, I was young as shit, so I'd grown up a lot, and you were a lot older than me, so. Set yourself up for that, bitch.
Talked all day and not said that.
Set yourself up for that shit, I should say.
So,
I wasn't calling you that. I'm just saying.
I got you.
Anyway, so, excuse me, Saturday. Fuck.
Recover from that one, a-hole. All right, so.
You want to tell them about the YouTube channel? Do you even know what
this
it
is the one that I was telling you about. You shared this
She's
with me.
Like,
I have not yet checked it out.
In her.
But there's a cool new YouTube channel. Merbalin? Is that how you say his last name? That's how you...
Mr. Ballin.
Oh, well, you didn't put a space in there.
No, that's how it is. It's MRBALLEN.
Right. And he's a former Navy SEAL that tells weird stories. So he
goes... creepy stories.
And tells true stories and
I
myths or
posted
whatever
his
he finds.
YouTube channel to
that he
my
can-
or to the Facebook.
And so, Brenda, that's why I thought that you and I would
So
both
I've
love it. I
watched-
have not seen it yet, so I will check it
I've
out,
watched
Brenda,
a
if you want to
bunch of
let
them.
me check it out. Or how long are they?
Like they're like 15 minutes
Oh, so
long.
they're not long.
So they're quick, kind of cool little, like if you had a lunch break or a quick break or something,
Or-
you want to
yeah.
watch something different or something shit like that. They're just kind of cool little stories. But like most Navy SEALs that you see fucking YouTube channels are like out shooting guns and doing all sorts
No,
of
this
crazy
one's
shit.
not. That's not this.
That's the idea. I think he tried to go a completely different direction. It's just go out and check him out. It's really great. It's fun as shit to watch. And what are you doing?
Getting what I need next. Thank you, sir.
Oh, she's got to get something that she. Oh, there we go.
My iPad.
So anyway, go out and check that out, Mr. Ballin. And Beth's not going to be able to get her.
I
shit.
will. I don't. It's coming up to that story that I'm looking at.
All right. So thank you guys again for watching. We're going to go to the feel goods, and the feel good is for Beth.
The first one is from or for
It's the one.
Antonio. Yes, I am it today.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Gwynn Jr. So this is a young man who is, I believe he's 18. He was a senior at Buffalo, a high school senior from Buffalo, New York. And he was sad to see kind of the community and the disarray it was after the protest. And so he decided he wasn't going to wait for somebody to clean it up. He was going to be one of the people that went out and cleaned it up. And he spent 10 hours straight cleaning and blocking and straightening and just really to help his community because his community was important to him. And it touched so many people. Like one gentleman ended up giving him his, it's an older Mustang.
Mustang.
Yes, thank you. It's an older Mustang, but he gave him his car. And so he got this like I don't even know. I think it was like a 1994 Mustang. And
cool.
he also got
Joe had one of those.
he also got a full scholarship to a when it's a trade school. What do you call that?
The trade school.
So he also got a full ride scholarship to a trade school for what he wanted to study, also there in New York. And so he was very surprised because he didn't do it to get something, but because of his kindness, he also is getting rewarded for what he did.
It's awesome. Yeah, but he went out. I think I read somewhere where he went out at like 10 o'clock at night and worked like 12 hours or 10 hours.
Yeah.
Straight overnight or something like that, right?
And
so that's awesome.
It was and it was funny because when they interviewed him and I saw the interview, I was like, what a sweet, cute kid, man. I mean, we should all be so lucky to have a child like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's where, it comes back to how a person is
raised.
What's instilled in them, right? Is
absolutely.
like what's right. And, if you have a group of people that's come through and trash your neighborhood, it's kind of like having a tornado come through and just wreck it. We all will come together
go and
take
help.
care of each other and take care of the neighborhood and at least pick up the leaves and the sticks.
Right.
And
there's got to be a little bit of pride of ownership with the area that you live in. So there's some pride there that he had for his area that then allowed him to help people that probably would not have been able to do what they needed to do, get their business back up and running without him. Right. And so it was nice to see people appreciate that and reward that. So
absolutely.
He's going to do great things, I can tell.
Hell yeah. So
again, if you guys need to find it, his name is Antonio Gwynn Jr. I have not, but I can.
She'll link it out. Yeah, we'll have her link it out. So you just go follow it out, check it out.
On our
like
page.
the kids' story or whatever. Yeah. It's not don't like it on our story or page necessarily.
Well, we'll post it on our page.
But go find out and see how he's doing and everything. So fun fact of the day right now. So this is a fucking funny one.
Oh, you know what I just realized?
What, you ran out of beer again?
No, we bought those.
What?
What are those shots we bought?
Go get them.
Fireball?
Go get the fireballs. We have fireball shots.
We were
Holy
we'll
shit.
drink fireballs.
We had to go to a liquor store today. We haven't been to a liquor store.
I suggested the liquor store because I wanted more Henrys. I didn't want any more.
Go get them.
Flipping Trulies.
We'll do a serious shot train with everybody. Don't hit the mic. We can just nuke that. So what I'll do is I'll start. I'll keep them entertained. So it's funny. This is kind of a funny ass story. So I posted this out, and it's the fun fact of the day. In 1920, the post office stopped allowing people to mail kids. Just think about that shit. They stopped allowing people to mail kids in the fucking post office mail, right? So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I've got Kevin Costner on a horseback, like with a kid in like a pouch on the side of his horse or what do they call it? A wagon. They're hauling ass in a wagon. He's got like a load of kids in the back of the fucking trailer thing, and they're just cheering around, right? Riding around. Who does that? Who mails a kid? Did they mail kids back then?
So
like how many?
What I heard is,
so I actually tried to.
shot glass or no shot glass?
No, that's a built-in shot glass right there. So I Googled how many kids
So this is
were mailed.
used to be able to put them on trains.
No. You
my
you could actually
Put 'em in a
mail your. You can go out and Google this shit. Somebody mailed their kid for 15 cents a mile away.
That was a lot of money back then.
A mile away to their grandparents, and they actually picked the fucking kid up and
Why wouldn't you just walk your kid the mile?
oh shit, your mic's off.
Oh,
Lazy maybe,
Well,
I don't know.
I had so many great comments on one
No,
night.
you didn't.
They got
They
some of it
picked
on
it
you,
up.
but
Anyway, Joe said I could have used that mail shit. Seriously, D, first Saturday in San Antonio. I hear you. Oh, you're here! Holy shit, you're in San Antonio, D, and are you guys both here?
you're here.
Nice, Becca, you're on. What's up?
I'm a little
Hey.
hurt that you didn't text us and tell
It's all right.
us. I'm just gonna
They're
tell
moving. It's okay. It's all
you.
good.
It's not okay.
So anyway, it kind of made me think, but so
I mean, who really? I mean, they used to mail their children.
but it made me
Do you know how
think.
many years in jail you'd get for that right now?
No, it made me think. If you look at my post, it kind of made me think. I was like, so two things. Like
Oh yes.
the post office started in 1775. That was 145 years that you could have potentially mailed your fucking kid somewhere.
No, when did they stop it?
In 1920, the post office
Oh.
started. That's why
Shit.
I asked you to look that up. Like the post office started in 1775. Could you mail a kid then?
They rode on the back of a horse.
Who
at
was
that
the
point.
first person who's like,
You know what? I'm
Shit.
fucking mail my kid.
like I've been drinking beers all day. I don't think they had beer then.
They had something.
Maybe they had wine. They had mead.
They had whiskey.
They had mead.
I mean, if you watch all the old
They
country
didn't have
movies,
refrigerators, so they probably had
Westerns.
no, they didn't have ice boxes.
they had ice
I don't know.
boxes.
Anyway, let's keep that in
We
mind.
need a time machine.
But it made me think. I was like, what would happen if you were like it was 2020 and that law hadn't been gone into it?
You're like,
effect?
I can't touch my kid, but I can mail
No,
him.
mail the kid, drop him off at the front door, ring my doorbell so I have touchless delivery, leave him at the door. I'll be done when I'll pick him up when I get out of my Zoom meeting. Right? Because
You're incorrigible.
I'm in my Zoom meeting and I've
You're
got shit.
incorrigible.
Whatever. So anyway, hey, hope you guys had a good night. Hope you guys are having a great
We gonna do
Saturday.
these?
We're gonna slam these. You guys get some shots. We'll give you a second. Joe, get some rum, man. That's what you said you wanted. So Becca, get a shot. Everybody, I hope you guys are having a great Saturday. I hope things are turning the corner for you. If you're out of work, I hope you're
Getting
starting
back
to
to
get
work.
back to normal. I know we're going to
It's good
start
to be out
hearing
today.
some shit about like some second coming of COVID. Just be careful. Just be safe. I mean, that's all you
Herd
can do.
immunity. We got to get through the herd immunity.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Wash your whatever. Just take care of yourself.
You know what? Stop while you're
Cheers.
ahead.
All right. Salute,
Cheers.
guys. Oh, fuck. It's been about 20 years since I've done
Smell
this.
it. It's like total cinnamon.
That wasn't half bad.
It wasn't because I put it in the freezer.
That shit was cold. So, hey, Ian,
Fresh
come
breath.
get a beer, dude. Cheers to Evan. Thanks to the military, first responders, frontline folks, and all of you for everything. Without
you guys.
none of this is possible. So, thanks. Have a great weekend.
See you
awesome
Wednesday.
Sunday. Take care.